Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRIENDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now. Things are heating up in the NFL rumor mill, and the latest buzz is that the Washington Commanders might be on the verge of making a major move that could shake up the entire NFC East. Word on the street, coming from some of the most reputable insiders like Adam Schefter, is that the Green Bay Packers are actively exploring a trade involving Xavier McKinney, the talented safety who's been making waves in the league. The Packers, sitting at a 6-3 record in 2025 with a cap space of around $1 million, are reportedly negotiating with Washington to send McKinney over in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. It's a move that on paper makes a lot of sense for Washington, who are looking to shore up their secondary and add some extra firepower to their defense. But as always in the NFL, there are questions and skeptics wondering if losing one of their top safeties is the right call, especially considering how the Packers' defense has been leaking points, allowing 22 points per game in the NFC North, which isn't exactly dominant. What makes this rumor even more intriguing is McKinney himself. He's been recognized as a top 100 player by PFF in 2025, thanks to his stellar on-field performance with the Packers. Over the current season, he's tallied 68 tackles, 4 interceptions, and 2 pass defenses. His coverage grade by PFF sits at an impressive 87.5, and he's been a real game changer in the secondary. His EPA per target is at 34, indicating he's very effective at limiting big plays, and he's allowed just 3.5 yards after catch per reception. His career stats are equally impressive, with over 280 tackles and 15 interceptions, despite suffering a shoulder injury in Week 3 that limited him to about 80% of the snaps. McKinney's football IQ is obvious. His ability to read quarterbacks, combined with a solid run support grade of 90.2, makes him a valuable asset on third downs, a situation where the Commanders have been looking to improve. The Packers, on the other hand, are in a bit of a tight spot. They need cap space to extend their key players like Jordan Love, who is earning around $40 million, and their secondary has been inconsistent, allowing an average of 205 passing yards per game. The trade seems logical from a cap perspective, but some analysts remain skeptical. Remember, the Packers made a similar move last year when they traded away Adrian Amos, which some believe helped weaken the Bears' coverage, dropping their EPA coverage by about 18% in 2023. So, some see this as a transitional move for Green Bay, potentially signaling a rebuild or at least a shift in their defensive philosophy. Now, for Washington, this potential acquisition could be a game changer. Currently, their secondary has been relatively average, giving up around 220 passing yards per game and allowing 45% of third downs to be converted. But adding McKinney could elevate the unit significantly. Imagine a defense with a leader like him patrolling the backfield. Projections suggest Washington could see an increase of around 6 interceptions, a 15% decrease in EPA per pass, and a 20% boost in tackles on third down. Not to mention improvements in slot coverage, run support with around 12 additional tackles for loss, and a reduction of about 2 minutes per drive. These kinds of stats could be the difference in tight games, especially as the NFL season progresses into the critical final stretch. Speaking of the bigger picture, this move could have profound implications for Washington's playoff chances and their Super Bowl odds. Currently, the Commanders are sitting at +7, 500 to win Super Bowl LXI, an underdog, but one that could see their odds improve significantly with the addition of a player like McKinney. If he joins the team, he could be the X factor that pushes Washington from a good team into a legitimate contender. His ability to perform in high-pressure situations, especially in the red zone where he's been effective at limiting opponents, could be pivotal in the postseason. His recent performance against the Vikings, where Washington's win probability increased by 18%, shows how impactful he can be in critical moments. What makes McKinney such a perfect fit for Washington is his versatility. He's not just a safety who covers well. He's also a player who reads quarterbacks exceptionally well, often making the right play even before the ball is snapped. His plus 150 tackles in Denver last year are a testament to his relentless pursuit of the ball. For the Commanders, who are looking to build a stout defense that can carry them deep into the playoffs, a player like McKinney could be the final piece of the puzzle. His addition might also be a signal to the rest of the NFC East that Washington is serious about competing for division titles and Super Bowl glory in the coming years. Of course, not everyone is convinced that trading away a top safety like McKinney is the right move for the Packers, especially as they try to transition into a new phase. But the NFL is a business, and teams are always balancing cap space, roster needs, and long-term strategy. If Washington can secure his services, it's likely they're betting on his ability to be a game changer. His presence on the field could help the Commanders tighten their coverage, make more plays on the ball, and reduce the big plays that have haunted them in recent seasons. Looking ahead, if this trade goes through, it will be interesting to see how the Commanders' defense responds. With McKinney's leadership and playmaking ability, their chances of making a deep playoff run could skyrocket. It might also send a message to other division rivals that Washington isn't playing around, especially with the NFC East being as competitive as ever. The Eagles and Cowboys are formidable, but with a stronger secondary and more dynamic playmakers, the Commanders could turn some heads in December and January. In terms of the team's overall season, Washington's defense has been solid but not spectacular. They've allowed around 220 passing yards per game, which is manageable but leaves room for improvement. Their third down defense has been average, but with McKinney's addition, that number could drop considerably, making it tough for opponents to sustain drives. His ability to support in run defense, combined with his knack for forcing turnovers, could be exactly what the Commanders need to flip the script and start winning more close games. The impact of a reliable safety like him cannot be overstated. He's the kind of player who can turn the tide of a game with a timely interception or a crucial tackle. And let's not forget, this could also be a strategic move ahead of the playoff push. Washington is currently sitting in a decent spot in the NFC standings, but every win and every upgrade counts. Bringing in McKinney could be the difference between an early exit and a deep run. It's all about stacking the deck in their favor, and a player of his caliber is exactly the kind of addition that can elevate everyone around him. His experience in high-stakes environments, combined with his proven production, makes him a perfect fit for the Commanders' ambitions of returning to the postseason and contending for that elusive Super Bowl title. Now, for the fans, this news is exciting but also a little nerve-wracking. Trades like these are always a gamble, and not every move pays off immediately. But the potential upside here is huge. If McKinney arrives in Washington, he could be a cornerstone for years to come. His leadership and playmaking could help shape the identity of the defense, making it more aggressive, more disciplined, and more capable of shutting down the league's best offenses. It's a bold move, but one that could define the franchise's trajectory for the next few seasons. So, fans, keep an eye on this developing story. The NFL trade deadline is approaching fast, and if the Commanders pull this off, it's going to be a game changer. We've seen how a single player can alter the course of a season, and McKinney's talent and leadership are exactly what Washington needs to push even further. Whether this deal happens or not, one thing is for sure. Washington is making moves, and they're serious about competing at the highest level. The NFC East isn't getting any easier, but with the right pieces, the Commanders could be the team to watch come playoff time. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington fans, I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the possibility of Xavier McKinney joining the squad? Do you believe he's the missing piece that can finally push us over the top? Drop your comments below and share your predictions. Your opinions mean a lot to us and to the future of this team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news because this season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory.